Good afternoon everyone. I'm Sven Benson, a performance sport honours student at the Department of Sports Science at Stellenbosch University, and today I'm going to be speaking to you about how you can bring a modified games approach to your coaching. The first game I'll be explaining is Capsule Flag, and this game can be used in many sports. You can use it in rugby, you can use it in soccer, hockey, netball, essentially any invasion sport. And what's nice is this game can be used in a warm-up setting, whereby you want to warm up your muscles, you want to get them activated, and you also want to get your athletes motivated for the session ahead. So it's a very nice game to use during a warm-up. Capsule Flag works is you need to designate an area where the individuals will be playing, and what you do with the t-shirt or the bib that you have is you ask your players to place it behind, much like a rooster's tail, much like that. So you must make sure there's a bit of the t-shirt or the bib hanging out so that the opposition can grab it. And essentially what the opposition will do, or what everyone will do within the square that you've made, you're trying to compete with the opposition to try and grab their bib out of their pants. And if that person's bib has been removed, they are eliminated for a little bit. So you can designate as a coach, you can designate maybe the players can do 5 burpees or 10 push-ups, and they re-entered into the game. The reason why we do this is because we want the guys to be activated and motivated throughout the whole game. So we don't want somebody standing outside for a minute or 2 minutes getting cold. So that's a nice way to get the guys back in the game. Ask them to do 5 burpees or 10 push-ups or anything that you feel that they can. To modify the constraints of Capsule Flag, you can increase the distance. So if you're working originally with 10 by 10 meter, you can maybe increase it by 10 by 20 or 20 by 20, depending on the amount of people that you have. Also, another way to modify the constraints of Capsule Flag is to make it a bit more difficult, is have everyone compete against each other in the game instead of having it teams. So going from a free-for-all approach, and that's a nice way because it makes the guys and girls think all directions and trying to figure out who's going to pull their bib out next. So for tag rugby, it's a nice game that you can use for conditioning in rugby union. I like using it quite a bit. So essentially you can use a t-shirt or a bib as a tag, and you can also just place it at the back here, much like a rooster tail. And essentially if the opposition pulls your bib or your t-shirt out, that constitutes a tackle. And I usually like to play up until 3 tackles and then a turnover ball. With tag rugby, if an individual knocks the ball on or drops the ball, or if the ball goes out of bounds, then it is the opposition's ball. To modify the constraints of tag rugby to make the game a bit faster, what you can do is you can maybe decrease the time that the players have to play the ball. So I like to start with 5 seconds. I like to work my way down to 3 seconds. So for instance, if a player knocks the ball on, then the opposition has 3 seconds in order for that ball to be back into play. And what else you can modify in tag rugby is you can modify the distance you're using. So maybe start off a bit smaller distance, maybe 15 by 10, and then try and increase it, whether it be lengthwise or widthwise, try and increase it a bit and make the game a bit more difficult. Another thing that you can do for conditioning is, I like to do, is maybe play 3 chukkers of 3 minutes, and after those 3 minutes you blow your whistle and you have the players do maybe 10 push-ups or 10 burpees or 15 sit-ups or 20 squats. That's a nice way how you can bring in also some body weight conditioning also into the game, and the guys enjoy it. I'd just like to thank those that have watched the video, and if you like the video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we look forward to hosting you for the next webinar.